What is up? What's up, good people? It's your boy Kelvin coming back at you. Salute to everybody, man. Hope y'all doing well out there. Hope everyone is blessed out there. So, I want to continue on with this LeBron James, Stephen A. saga. You know, the back and forth that's been going on between them the last few weeks or whatever. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to get to the bottom of what really happened. Supposedly, what was the genesis of this whole situation? And online and social media and stuff like that, I'm seeing a lot of fingers being pointed at Stephen A. Smith, saying that Stephen A. Smith got personal with LeBron, questioning him being a father personally and stuff like that. Now, I must say this far as myself. Years ago, I stopped watching mainstream sports talk shows, as far as First Take and Undisputed when it was on the air and whatever was going on Fox Sports 1 or whatever. Those people over there, I don't watch those shows. Only thing I see is clips that go viral, clips that other content, bigger YouTubers, content creators, they talk about. I see it, something major going on that's viral, I'll look at it, watch it, and that's that. And I might make a video about it. But as far as every day what's going on First Take and these other shows, I don't watch. Mainstream sports talk shows, they don't interest me. It's not good anymore. So, I'm hearing everybody saying Stephen A. Smith, he got personal. He questioned LeBron as being a father, whatever. Okay, so I decided to go back and do a little research and educate myself on this segment and what exactly Stephen A. Smith said. So I can have my own opinion, make my own educated opinion, not just clips. Because all I've been seeing is just clips of what Stephen A's been saying or said, and I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't see nothing personal. But again, I didn't see the full show or whatnot. So before we go there, as we know, LeBron was on Pat McAfee. Let's hear what he had to say, and I'll be right back.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we're watching it.
Yep.
We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
He literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, on fire. You what about
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's, and like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players.
All right. We heard what LeBron James had to say. Okay, it sounds reasonable, sensible. He said it's okay for Stephen A. Smith and others to have fair basketball critique as long as it's pertaining to basketball only and it's kept on the court. He doesn't have any problem with it. He said Stephen A. Smith missed the whole point when he approached him or whatever. He said that it wasn't about critiquing on a basketball level. It was that Stephen A. Smith got personal. Okay, if Stephen A. Smith got personal, I'm on record when I first did the video a couple weeks ago. I said, if Stephen A. Smith said something personally about LeBron or Bronny, Stephen A. Smith is wrong. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with LeBron just said there, if it's personal. Okay, no problem. So let's hear real quick from Stephen A. Smith. He had a response to what LeBron just said, and I'll be right back.
Let's get to LeBron James. So LeBron James decides who really, outside of his crew, doesn't really have any friends in the media. Suddenly, he's going to be in Indianapolis, drive into the country, and go and do a show that comes on immediately after First Take. Clearly, they were looking at it, and they used the upcoming Mind Your Game podcast with Steve Nash to disguise what his real agenda was, which was to address me. Because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at. To regurgitate an obvious point, when I talked about Bronny James early in the season, and I highlighted the fact that at that particular moment in time, he simply was not ready, I was calling out LeBron James. LeBron James never addresses that with anybody. And for some reason, no one ever asked him about that. Wasn't it you who said that Bronny James was better than some players in the NBA right now before he was even drafted? Wasn't it you who said, if you want me, draft my son because you wanted to play with your son for 1 year? Wasn't it you who literally circumvented meritocracy within the National Basketball Association and got the entire media world in the NBA and, of course, the Lakers organization to buy in on that? LeBron James did all of that. That is the person I was talking about as a father. Not the father in Brentwood or Bel Air or wherever else he has homes. I'm talking about the father that shows up at Crypto.com arena. Last time I checked, Bronny James is a professional basketball player. LeBron James went on national television yesterday and lied. He said that I have no problem with you talking about the game. What did I say about Bronny James other than at the time he wasn't ready? That was it. I said nothing else. So if that's the issue, and I pointed to LeBron James and the fact that you've circumvented a meritocracy just to get your wish at the expense of the credibility of the league in a lot of people's eyes, that's talking about you. That's not talking about your son.
All right, good people. We just heard from Stephen A. Smith. That was his response. And as you just heard there, he said that everything he said was basketball related. It was nothing personal. It was nothing personal that's going on inside his house with his family, his wife, and how he raised his kids and anything like that. That's off limits. That's personal. Stephen A. Smith said he was speaking pertaining to basketball only. Okay, that's what he said. And that's what he said on previous videos. Again, let me say it again. I did not see the full segment. So I had to go back and educate myself and do proper research to watch the whole segment to see exactly what he said. All I've been seeing is bits and pieces and where people have edited part of it. And some people say it as a personal and some people did. So, okay, let's set it up. Let's go back. The Lakers, January 28th, they played the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers won the game, 118-104. No problem. Bronny, he played in this game. I remember it because Bronny actually got playing time in the first quarter. So this is meaningful minutes. He actually playing, not in garbage time when they down 20 or 30, or in garbage time when the Lakers are up and JJ Redick just storming the game. Okay, cool. So, in this game, Bronny played 15 minutes. He was 0 for 5 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 3 turnovers. That was his stat line from the game on January 28th. All right. No problem. Now, what I'm going to do here, ladies and gentlemen, and please stick with me because this is a little bit longer segment. I want to play Stephen A. Smith's word in its entirety. Not chopped up, not edited. The only thing I edited out on here was the unimportant parts where he started talking about Larry Holmes and stuff like that. And I edited out Mad Dog Russo, his parts, because the segment that I came across is like 10 minutes long. I can't play that. That's too long. So I have the most important parts where there's full context to understand what Stephen A. Smith is saying, what it pertains to LeBron James and Bronny in this particular game on January 28th. This was First Take on January 29th. The following morning, they was talking about it. And this is where all the genesis of this whole situation was. So, let's take a listen to Stephen A. Smith's word in its entirety, not edited, and I'll be back.
There's Stephen A. in Philadelphia giving Bronny first quarter playing time. Why the face or the hand or the everything that's happening?
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. One of the top 2 or 3 players in the history of basketball, number 2 in my eyes. A treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffies in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for the first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do, I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying. You know what they're going to do to this kid. In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet. And I'm saying this with compassion. I'm asking the greatest player in the game, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball, an ambassador for this game, the face of the league, a 4-time champion, a guy that's gone to 10 NBA finals, one of the greatest we have ever or will ever see, who is a basketball savant. You know, better than me, better than Doggy, better than JJ Redick, better than Rob Pelinka, better than any basketball analysis or analyst that exists. You know what these numbers mean. You know what it's going to do to your son, to people who are missing out on opportunities, that are busting their tail on other NBA teams in the G League, in Europe, and everywhere else, what kind of opportunity they're starving for. You're exposing your son like this? I know I'm not questioning LeBron James' intent as if it's dishonorable, Doggy. It's incredibly honorable. He's a wonderful dad. I swear to y'all on everything I love, I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way. I'm simply saying to have that moment on game 1 of the NBA season is one thing. To propel it to a point where he's on the bench, he's in uniform, he's taking up a roster spot, and now you're giving him time in the first quarter, and you see the absence of production. How are you helping him? I just don't get it. I really don't see, I really don't get it. I really don't. What LeBron has to embrace, in my opinion, is that people are questioning whether or not Bronny is going to be an NBA player, whether he's worthy of that. And when you know that at this particular moment in time, he may not be worthy of that just yet, why put him in that position? That's all I'm saying. I know it's out of love. I know it's out of devotion. I know it's out of him being the wonderful father that he is. And I'm not questioning any of that. I'm just saying at some point in time, as parents, if you expose your child to some degree, yeah. But then to a larger degree, it gets to a point where you got to step in and be like, I can't do this. Well, I would say to LeBron James, do you not know who these NBA players are? Do you not know who your contemporaries are? Do you not know how great the NBA players are, the greatest players in the world? And your son is being exposed. Bronny James, I hope he's an NBA player someday. I'm rooting for him. I'm cheering for him all day, every day. But he's not ready yet. Opening night is one thing. Continuing him in NBA games is another. It shouldn't have been 2 games he played in, let alone 13. Come on. Come on.
Right.
Pop's got to step in and like, yo, I can't expose my son to this just yet. This ain't right. Respectfully, it's not right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Stephen A. Smith. That was the segment back on January 29th. He was talking about LeBron and Bronny. And get my thoughts together, man. After watching the full segment, you know, I had to go back and watch it again. I only been seeing clips because people have been chopping it up and editing it up and stuff like that. But, ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James is a goddamn liar, man. He is a straight up goddamn liar. No person with any common sense would listen to what Stephen A. Smith just said here and will say that is personal. Like he's talking about something that's going on personal in your house, with your family, with your wife or something, or you raised a bad son or something like that. Stephen A. Smith did not do that, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen A. Smith is telling the truth. I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan like that, but I felt in my heart something wasn't right. There's no way that a company like ESPN would let Stephen A. Smith, the #1 guy, come on TV and spew something personal about LeBron James, his son, the most popular guy in the NBA. That don't even make common sense. And then also on this segment here, he has Mad Dog Russo. Now, for you younger fans who don't know who he is, this is an older guy who's been in that business, in that world, the radio and TV world, for many, many years. People that's up on the East Coast in New York, they know him for the Mike and the Mad Dog radio show that was real popular in the New York City area. I know him from Sirius Satellite Radio because I'm a hardcore baseball fan also. And Mad Dog Russo is a baseball guy, and he's a historian. He is a man of high integrity. You might not like him because he favors a lot of old school players when it comes to sports and like that. But Mad Dog is a high integrity individual. I've listened to him for many years on satellite radio. It's no way in hell Mad Dog Russo would sit up on TV and let Stephen A. Smith say something personal about LeBron James and his son, and he not say nothing. I will post a link to the full segment where you can go back and watch the full 10 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, as Stephen A. Smith has said, I said, LeBron James is a straight up effing liar, man. Stephen A. Smith was talking about basketball where it pertains to Bronny and how he was performing on the court. Everything he said was right on the money. It was LeBron James who made that proclamation with that tweet that Bronny, when he was in college or high school or whatever it was, that he was better than half of the guys in the NBA because he was watching League Pass, and I guess the quality of play, whatever games he was watching, was trash. He said that. LeBron James said that. Not Stephen A. Smith, not nobody else. LeBron said that. LeBron James is the one who did all the behind the scene maneuvering and stuff like that, telling teams that if you want me, you got to draft my son, and he forced the Lakers to draft his son and stuff like that. That wasn't Stephen A. Smith. That was LeBron James. He did that, not Stephen A. Smith. He did that. He's the one that caused all this chaos and confusion for his son and all this spotlight, because him, as a father, put his son in a bad position when, like Stephen A. Smith said here, with his basketball knowledge, and anybody with any kind of basketball knowledge, you can look at the young man and see that the young man is not NBA ready yet. You can see that. But LeBron James, with his thirst for, spotlight and want a pat on the back from everybody because he's bringing his son to the NBA when he did not deserve to be there, because he hadn't earned it and he wasn't good enough at the time. He may be good enough in the future, but at the time he wasn't good enough. But his whole thirst for adulation and praise, and like I said before, it all goes back to that one guy who played in Chicago, number 23, Michael Jordan. This whole thing with this stupid ass GOAT debate. That's the reason why he got his son out there parading him around when he know his son wasn't good enough to be in the NBA. But he want people talking. He wanted to be a story, and it backfired because his son came to the NBA and he stunk it up, and everybody was laughing at him and stuff like that, But that's all he want. This whole GOAT debate with Michael Jordan. Just like Stephen A. Smith said. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith didn't do anything wrong. He didn't say anything personal, and he is 100% correct. He is the one that's been telling the truth. And again, I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan, but I will do my proper research, and I call it down the middle as it is. I said if Stephen A. Smith said something personal, he is wrong. When you listen to that segment in full, not chopped up and edited by LeBron fans and people in the media, you listen to it in full and you understand what he's talking about. He is talking about in a basketball context. LeBron James, as a father, if he, wasn't all his head all in this GOAT debate stuff, he would very easily look back and be like, hey, and go talk to his son like, hey, I love you, son. I know you want to be here and stuff like that. I want you to be here, but you're not ready yet. You're not ready to be here in the NBA. Let's go down to the G League. Hey, we had this one game. It was cool. I love playing with you for this one game. Let's go down to the G League. They stay down here the rest of the year. Let's work in the off season. And come next year, let's see what happens. Let's see if you improve. Let's see if you're ready for the NBA. That is what Stephen A. Smith was saying. As a father, he should do. A loving father. Not nothing personal at his house. He's talking about basketball. And he's talking about because LeBron put that heavy spotlight on his son with all his stupid proclamations saying his son gonna be this and that, he great, and he disrespecting other NBA players by saying his son was better than half of the league. LeBron did that bullshit, not Stephen A. Smith. Not Stephen A. Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, you stupid ass LeBron fans going around the internet, oh man, Stephen A. Smith said something personal. It was personal. It wasn't basketball related. Bullshit. When you listen to the effing segment all the way through in its entirety, there is nothing personal about what Stephen A. Smith. You can hear him begging on there and saying, please, man, respectfully, I know you love your son. I know you want the best for your son, but you got him out here like a make-a-wish kid in this dog and pony show, all because this thirst for this GOAT debate. You want your son to be out there so people can give you a pat on the back and say, yeah, man, you did that. Your son, Michael Jordan, didn't do that. That's what all of this is about. And Stephen A. Smith was right about another thing. It ain't about his son. It ain't about him being a father. He is lying, like Stephen A. Smith said. He is lying. He's trying to make that a diversion tactic and say, oh, it's personal. Nah, the whole thing comes back to this Michael Jordan GOAT debate. He is mad because Stephen A. Smith won't bend, won't fold, and say he the GOAT. That's what this is all about. It ain't got nothing to do with his son. It ain't got nothing to do with him as a father. He lying, talking about something personal. Wasn't shit personal about that. He ain't say nothing about you as a father to crib in the house, nothing about your wife. He ain't say you raised a bad son, is out here getting in trouble, or nothing. LeBron James is a fucking liar, man. A straight up fucking liar. And Stephen A. Smith is right, and he been right all along. And on this situation, I respect him because he's standing on business. He ain't bowing down. He said, I told the truth. I ain't lying, and I'm standing on it. I ain't say nothing disrespectful about your son. I ain't say nothing personal about you being a father. I was talking about basketball because all the proclamations and all the bullshit you did to put your son in a bad position got him out here looking like a goddamn clown, and he played like shit. That ain't nothing personal. All of that is basketball related. So all you motherfucking LeBron fans and people going around here lying and shit, y'all motherfuckers is lying. Wasn't shit personal about what Stephen A. Smith said. Nothing. All of that was basketball related. Period. Y'all lying, man. But I'm not surprised. I knew something wasn't right. That's the reason why I had to go do proper research and find it myself. I knew something. I said, nah, that don't even sound right, man. Ain't nobody finna go let you go on national TV and say something personal about the dude. Nah, that don't even sound right. But I'm not surprised. Because that is what LeBron James is. A low-life, gutless, coward snake. All he try to do is control the narrative. This motherfucker is a bitch ass nigga. Always have, always will be. This motherfucker is a goddamn liar, man. Stephen A. Smith was right, man. He was right. He was telling the truth, and he been telling the truth. LeBron James is a two-faced liar. A straight up liar and a clown. So I'm gonna put the link to the full segment. Y'all can watch the full segment. And even Mad Dog, he said on this segment, you'll see it. He said, you know what? I can't even really say nothing else because everything you said was on point. Bronny don't deserve to be in the NBA right now. He not ready. And basically they said he out here looking like a clown. His daddy got him parading out here like a dog and pony show, looking like a clown, when his daddy know his son ain't ready. But all he wants is for people on TV and people on social media to say, oh man, you got your son in the NBA. You playing with your son. Michael Jordan couldn't do that. That's what all of this is about. That's all it's about, man. Stephen A. Smith was right, man. On this subject, I'm 100% riding with Stephen A. Smith. F LeBron James, man. You a coward and you a liar. A straight up two-faced liar. I'm out, man.